Hey, Shalom, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors to our apostles who are elders, who rule well. Blessings and salutations to you brothers out there teaching and enduring truth and sincerity. This is for Abba for the Nebraska camp. This is GMS, any push to the mark, any Fort Nebraska as well. Yeah, man, wanted to do a lesson just going over, man, this Edom and this Organ X, I believe it's Organ X. Let me double check. Okay, yeah, Organ X. All right, and I'll just read the overview of what it is, and see if I can find an article. I've seen it on a site. It says Organ X is a technology developed by Yale scientists to restore cellular data and organ function after death. After death. Right? After death by perfusing a specialized fluid through the body's circulatory system. This technology has shown promise in reviving cells and tissues in pigs after cardiac arrest and extended periods of ischemia, raising potential implications for organ transplantation and recovery from uh, ischemic injury. Okay, according to Yale News. All right, and that's where the article will be found. This was put up. This was years ago, actually. This was like 2022. You know what I'm saying? August 3rd, 2022 is article was put up. You know, and this is they're matter of fact. Let's get some precepts. You know, because Esau thinks his goal is to live forever. Okay, as Psalms 49 says, it says and I'll read the whole lick because this is him in its entirety. You know, he's sitting there doing his Organ X, Neuralink, you know, and this is him doing miracles in the sight of the beast in his image, you know, and trying to this is his parade or propaganda that's trying to woo the people, man. Okay, because this life is so fucking bitter, man, and difficult, but people yet still want to live. All right, and this gives people hope. You know what I'm saying? Especially the rich elite. You know, they they believe that they want to transfer their head onto another head. You know, they want to if they lose control in the arm or something like that, or they want to have access. They don't want people to have access to things that they have. They don't want to, a lot of, average Babylonians want this, um, want this advantage, you know, and instead of trusting in the Most High, having to pray, they rather just double tap their fucking pinky, so that they can access whatever they're trying to access. They don't want to sit down there and learn Spanish. They want Neuralink to pop it in their head. Bunch of lazy fucks, you know. They don't want to, they want to restore, bring memory to the front, bring visions, you know. They want to control their dreams. I'm quite sure they're going to have something to where you control your dreams. You know, you want to not have nightmares anymore, shit like that. You know, it's just an accusation. The other ones, as far as a head transplant, that's something that's out there that I believe that they're trying to do or have done. Neuralink is already out, and all this is going to lead to the MOTB. Okay, now they're trying to, I ain't gonna say now they've been doing this. So these people are doing all this simultaneously, and no one bats an eye. You know, not only they don't bat an eye, they're you know they're professing it as a good thing. You know, matter of fact, let's get this precept real quick. All right, Slocky, I gotta put in. All right, in 2 Corinthians 11:14, it says, "No marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light." You know what I'm saying? So don't get it confused. Everything that glitters ain't gold. Okay, people have to have some type of integrity and get it out the mud, man. Everything is so microwave. Okay, everything is so microwave. You just push a button and you got it. No hardship, no work ethic. No individual thinking, no nothing. And Esau wanted that way. He programmed Americans to be that way. All right, gave you too much time to handle business and not enough time to be a fucking human being. So they gave you a literal microwave. But that microwave is nuking our food. Okay, he don't want you to be self-serving. He don't want you to know how to skin an animal. He don't want you, damn near knowing how to fish. He don't want you having your own well for drinking. All right, he's gonna somehow tax everything and have his money on everything that you're doing, so he can control and manipulate it. And now they're putting things so out of reach and making it so difficult to live that you have no choice but to fall into the beast system. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with these QR codes and credit cards. Like I said before, man, you can't even go. I went to the amusement park. It's all credit card, no cash. I haven't gone. I don't. This is my first time. I don't go out much, So it's my first time experiencing, a theme park in years, man. 10, 15. you know. So when I went there, I'm thinking, I could, I'm gonna take this, put this. I don't want to touch none of my card. That's for the bills and shit. I'm gonna just pull this money out, and I'll go up in that motherfucker. Everything is cards. Everything. Couldn't do nothing. Cash was useless. I just put that shit in a locker. You know, what I'm saying? Like it was useless to have in my pocket. You know, and that shows you if the U.S. of A is like that, then people aren't going to be able to buy or sell because it's not only like, okay, I gotta find this one grocery store that takes cash. Nah, ain't nobody gonna take cash because the government gonna stop taking cash. They're already getting rid of the coins through the pandemic. They already got that enacted and got you accepting of no coins. I think they shut off the penny or something like that. Then it's gonna roll over to the other coins. All right, because you still got to change and exchange money, you know. But I want to get this precept again. So we're gonna start at Psalms 49:5. Okay, Psalms 49:5. It says, "Wherefore should I fear in the days of evil, when the iniquity of my heels shall compass me about?" Okay, they that trust in their own in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches. Yeah, Esau, he's trusting in his wealth. They do it now. All right, they can get away with all kind of crimes. As the scriptures say, when a rich man speaketh, everyone holds their tongue. All right, there's a lot of things that come with that type of power. You could just say anything. Okay, the power that Esau has in the world, they could just say shit. We gotta search up things, look things up, prove it, and Jake still wouldn't believe us. Esau just get on the news, breaking news, use their CGI, use their, AI now. They don't use CGI no more, which that's another topic because Jake out here, in the workplace, not Jake only, but these heathens, all of them in this workplace, and they think this shit's sweet, all this oppression, you know what I'm saying, and capitalistic this capitalistic pace of just make it, push. Bro, these people ain't, these people do not care about the human body. They don't care about it. That's why they're trying to revive their own human body, because they're just trashing it, man. That's why they're trying to go to another planet, because they're trashing this planet. You know? Like, these people don't care about nothing but a come up. All right? That's why the Lord said, if you don't let them alone, they shall destroy everything. But for the elect's sake, the day's going to be shortened. You know what I'm saying? No flesh shall be saved. But for elect's sake, the day shall be shortened. And so the flesh could be saved, pretty much the people, because in the direction we're going, it's not sustainable for for life. There's no homeostasis. The Lord said that we should, because of the sins of Adam, that we should till the ground, okay, and work off the sweat of our hands, right? And Esau is he's getting to the point that eventually it's going to be all AI robots, working these places. It ain't just your average McDonald's. When niggas seen the McDonald's, they started off at McDonald's. All right, and y'all remember they started off with wages. All these people want wages, and blah blah blah, and you know what I'm saying? They don't deserve it, and they're low. They should get a real job, and this and that. At first, niggas needed to get a job, then they needed to get a real job. Like, McDonald's can't pay you that. They can. They fucking can. That's the thing. And Esau is always there to try to point out the incompetence and demonize and bring incredulities to the poor and to Jake. Mainly to Jake, because they assume all Jake is poor. All right, which Jake is not. They're just not financially literate. But the bulk of, specifically men, not them hood rats, but the men, the working class men. You know what I'm saying? Jake be holding himself down. All right, but Esau said, "Oh yeah. Why y'all talking about getting paid more? That's going to, how they gonna live?" No, these people are living good. The nigga at McDonald's and Burger King is living very, very good. All right, them burgers. If you go into the real numbers, the burgers ain't on shit, man. Burgers probably cost 15 cents to make, probably $1. I ain't gonna say 15 cents. I mean $1. It's probably like 50 cents. Them fries probably like 10 cents. Because a single potato would get you them fries on some regular shit. A single potato will get you a large fry, right? And a bag of potatoes like $2. Okay? On top of that's not real fucking potatoes. Okay? Probably eating waste, all kind of shit, man. Jake acting like, Esau acting like McDonald's just can't pay somebody. McDonald's could pay you fucking $23, $25 an hour. I know for a fact. Shit, I went back to Louisiana. That's what they was paying after Katrina, $23 an hour. And not no 2020. This was 2005, and that wouldn't hurt them then. Okay, they get tax write-offs. Okay, all kind of resting of judgments. Okay, but let's get back to the subject, because the rich are compassing us about, and they're using their power, and it ain't for good, man. They're trying to create a monopoly in a system. Fuck a glass roof. We're gonna put a metal one up there, man, and let y'all know this is it. It's a wrap for y'all motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want to do. Okay? It says they trust in their wealth and boast themselves in the multitude of their riches. None of them can by any means redeem his brother, nor give to the Most High a ransom for him. So, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what they're trying to do. All right? But the Lord created the limit to that. All right? Because these people, they know, you know what I'm saying? The scripture said that the man must return to the dust and the spirit got to go to the Most High who gave it. All right? Meaning they going to have to get judged. Okay? And they're trying their best to cheat the system and avoid judgment. And that's to, live forever. And it's a left hand attempt at what the Lord promised to the whole world. I mean, not the whole world, but the Israelites. Okay? Or the whole world of Israel. Say it like that. All right? Everything that the Most High is trying to do, Esau's trying to do. Okay? The Urim and the Thummim, Esau has the internet. But one thing about the left hand, it always have this chink of mortality. Okay? A storm that hit, knock the internet out. That's his Urim and Thummim though, but a storm could fuck him over. Okay? He got an airplane. Weather, natural occurrences can mess him over. A failed engine. Such and so on. You know what I'm saying? He can't make the turns that a chariot can make because he's trying to make his own chariot. I ain't talking about a Hyundai or a Hemi. I'm talking about he trying to make the airplanes, the aerial, because he wants to have, that's the thing about Babylon itself. They like to have aerial superiority. That's what they make their boast on in their military primarily. Their drones, now they're using their drones as, like the brother says, the angels. Okay? But if you got some type of device that can, bring it down via through EMP, you can't do that to no chariot. You know what I'm saying? A lightning bolt can't strike that thing. A lightning bolt can strike a drone and drop it, man. All right? But he want to put out that he was able to drop chariots. Okay? Because he's trying to even a playing field mentally, to people. Which is psycho. All right? And now he's trying to, with the cards and the money, okay, he's trying to put that MOTB inside of people, so that way he can ultimately control he knows what you're thinking, he knows how you're emotionally feeling. He's going to judge your future, which he's going to deem what you deserve and what you don't deserve. You see, like he's on the left hand side going to be playing the Most High. But at the end of the day, it's still going to be just like the airplanes, just like all this other BS. It's going to turn into something that is going to have a chink in it. But ultimately, it ain't even going to be established. It's going to be presented. It's going to be enacted. But it won't be established. Let me get that word real quick. It's on my spirit to say it. It says the cause to stand still, set up, erect, build, make stable. All right. So it's not going to find its home spot. It's not going to settle. It's not going to, it's not going to be to where ain't nothing nobody can do about it and it's over with. No, the Lord said he's going to stop him while he's eating. Book of Isaiah. As a hungry man, a man that eateth and he waketh and he's still a hungered. The Lord gonna do that to him because he think he gonna fulfill this mission of the MOTB. All right, and the Lord's gonna shut that shit down, man. Call all y'all by Shemi Al-Shai for that. Yeah, so getting back to the precept in itself, it says none of them can by any means redeem his brother nor give the Most High ransom for him, right? For the redemption of their souls is precious and it ceaseth forever, and not see corruption. For he seeth the wise men die, likewise the fool and the brutish perish, and leave their wealth to others. And Esau is trying to avoid that, man. Because when you go into Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter, it tells you their frame of thinking, their frame, their mindset. You know, we should not let any flower pass us by, crown ourselves with rosebuds, because our life is like a ship in the water or a bird flying in the air. You know, all you see in the ship in the water, you may see the little trailer, but eventually it'll be nothing. Saying that, you know, they may blaze a trail in this world, but eventually no one will know about their existence because time will make them forget unless you put up tokens of your existence. All right, history, all kind of madness that they try to use, you know, to get people going, man. You know, that's what they're afraid of, is that they ain't gonna be able to live forever. They ain't gonna be able to keep doing this, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's gonna lead me to Slacky had cut off unexpectedly. But I'm gonna get this last precept, man, because I gotta go. It says in Psalms 49:11 says their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names, you know. And that's, you know, like I said, from America, Amerigo Vespucci, you know, Africa, Louis Scipio Africanus, you know, Brazil, you know, even though that's not after their own names, they name Brazil, they name Florida, okay? That's why Tennessee has Alexandria, Egypt in it, okay? That's why certain places like, you know, New Orleans got, you know, the Huey P. Long Bridge. That's named after somebody. You know, streets are named after people. Okay, because they're trying to leave their legacy. In that time specifically, they wanted to leave their legacy because they knew it would have been over when it was over. But in this time, they trying to they don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? They want to leave more of a stain. They want to leave more. They want to actually be here and experience everything, because they want to. Matter of fact, it says, nevertheless, a man being in honor abideth not. You know, he is like the beast that perish. Yep. So you get all this riches, you get to walk around, look down on people, and then, you know, you can't hold it. You do all this evil, and then eventually you got to die and see the Most High. That sucks. You didn't beat the game through evil. You didn't cheated your way to the top. And now it's like, damn, my God, I did all this and now I can't have it forever. You know, it's a reminder that you're under control of Yahweh Shemel Shai. It says, their way is their folly, yet their posterity prove their sayings. Salah. Okay, and their posterity, your posterity goes into your like your predecessors. Okay, your line, your lineage, your legacy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, my dad, you know who my dad is? Or you know, it's just the same as like shit, you know, Deion Sanders' son. You know, it leaves a legacy behind, and you're almost expecting of that person. Like if Alexander the Great had a kid, you know, that was to be a king, they would have expected something out of that. You know? And that's what Esau does to this day. You know, but they're so wicked, they'll complain of an ungodly father and try to disassociate themselves. But at the same time, they'll turn and brag about their posterity. You know, Esau, like I forget one of these guys in the council, like Council of Foreign Relations, or one of these, you know, type of situations. He said, you know, pretty much that, look, what he said, you know, truth is not a destination for these people. And it isn't. Truth is not a destination for Esau, man. You know? So with that being said, man, I'm not going to drive it home anymore. But I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rachak Kodash. Double honors to our apostles who are elders who rule well. Blessings and salutations to you brothers out there teaching and enduring truth and sincerity. Hey, shalom. Shalom.